Welcome to my little crochet world and another video tutorial. In this video tutorial we are going to make this lovely amigurumi toy, which is cartoon character from Peppa Pig and called George, her little brother. As well, I have a video tutorial for his big sister Peppa Pig. Link to the Peppa Pig video tutorial you can find in the description below. I need to apologize for the state of this George, what you see on the video, as my daughter plays a lot with this toy, so our finished project will look a bit tidier and better. This is quite long project, hence why I'm going to divide this project in 3 tutorials. In part 1 we are going to make head and head features, blush, nostrils, eyes and ears. In part 2 we are going to make body and body parts, main body, arms with fingers, legs with shoes. And in part 3 we are going to do assembly, where we're going to put everything together. For this project we're going to use 5 colors. Our main color will be pink yarn. Then we're going to use some dark pink for nostrils and blush, some black and white yarn for eyes and boots, and our main body will be in blue color. All used materials and written pattern for this Peppa Pig George is available in my blog. Link for this pattern and my blog you can find in the description below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave feedback in comments below. I appreciate your support and your comments. Finally, let's start our part number 3, which is last part of our project. And in this part number 3 we're going to do assembly, where we're going to put everything together. So let's move to assembly of our George, and our first step will be assembly of our head, and we're going to start from assembly of our whites and pupils. We're gonna sew pupils inside of our whites. So let's get a tapestry needle and start assembling. I attached tapestry needle to one of our pupils, and our pupil will go in the middle of our white. We're going to get our crochet hook and hide this end from our pupil inside, not inside, on the wrong side of our eye, and just continue sewing. That's it, our pupil is attached to our white. I'm going to detach our tapestry needle, and just for security and safety reasons I'm gonna do a few knots between those 2 ends so they don't become loose. And extra proof for kids who like to destroy toys. So I did a few knots, and I'm gonna cut this black yarn off as we don't require it anymore. And one of our eyes is complete. Now pause the video and repeat the same with our second eye, and come back to this video where we're going to move to another step. Now we are moving to full assembly of our head. I got some pins and pinned all parts to our head. I know it looks like a Frankenstein a bit. I started from making sure that I make it centered, so I put 2 pins where we increased in our head, because we have the part of where we continue crocheting and this part where we do a lot of increases. So I placed the pins where we started to increase, so I make it quite centered, And then I placed my ears. Ears are going approximately 28, 29 rounds from the beginning. There is about 28 round, and they're going approximately 9-10 stitches apart. As you see, there's quite a gap between ears. That's how ears should look. Then eyes are going at around 17, 22-ish, a few stitches below our ears basically. Then blush is going as well, a few stitches below our eyes. And nostrils are going at the bottom of our head, where we started our crocheting, approximately 2 rows apart. Try to make everything centered. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, it's handmade with love, not with perfection. So let's start now attaching everything with tapestry needle. I'm going to start from ears, and then let's see how it goes. Let's get our tapestry needle and start attaching our ears. You can stuff our ears before closing if you would like to. It's up to you. You can stuff, you don't have to stuff with some toy stuffing. I think I'm gonna stuff my ear slightly with toy filling before closing it off. That's our ear. I think there is still a few gaps, so I'm gonna do more stitches. So I think our ear is quite secure. I'm just gonna finish it off with a few knots, which I'm gonna do at the back. I'm gonna hide this yarn inside. And cut the yarn off on the tension so it goes back in. That one of our ears are attached now. So we're getting closer and closer to the end. So you pause the video and follow the same steps for second ear, whilst I'm gonna do the same, and come back to this video where we're going to move. What should we do next? We can do eyes, where we're going to do our eyes. So far we attached 2 ears to our head, and now that's how our head looks now. And now we are moving to attaching our eyes. I attached tapestry needle to long white end, and I'm just gonna attach it in circular motion. I'm gonna cut this white ending, and I'm gonna stuff it inside what's left and carry on attaching. I'm going to do it a few times around. So our eye looks pretty secure. I'm gonna get tapestry needle inside. And just cut the end off, and it goes inside. Pause the video and do the same to our second eye, whilst I will be doing the same, and come back to this video when you are done, and we're going to move to our blush and nostrils. I finished attaching our eyes, and that's how our head looks now. And I'm going to move to attaching our blush. I attached my tapestry needle to a long end of our blush, and I'm just going to do it the same way as I attached eyes, just in the circle. Gonna hide this yarn inside. Gonna put needle through our head and cut it under the tension, so our end goes inside. So we attached one blush. Now pause the video and attach another blush, whilst I will be doing the same, and then come back to our video where we're going to do our nostrils. So we attached our blush, and let's move to our final head assembly step, which will be our nostrils. Let's attach our tapestry needle to long end of the yarn, and let's start sewing. one nostril is attached. Just I will do one knot and hide the yarn inside of our head. And I'm gonna hide this yarn inside of our head. Put under the tension. And then we have this little end which we're gonna hide as well inside of our head. So one nostril is attached. Pause the video, attach second nostril whilst I will be attaching it as well, and come back to this video. We finished attaching our nostrils and our head is done. I would say head is the hardest part of assembly of our George, and now we are moving to other parts where we're going to attach our head to the body and attaching our arms, legs, fingers to the arms and boots to the legs. Okay, let's move to another step where we're going to attach our head to our body. Now we're going to attach our head to our body. Let's stuff our body with toy filling first. Let's start attaching our head to our body. I'm gonna start from here. Before fully closing it off, I'm gonna put in more stuffing. And that's our head is attached. I am gonna do a few knots. And I'm gonna hide yarn inside of our body and cut it off. That's how our George looks now with his head attached. Our next step will be attaching our arms. Let's get our arms. But before we attach our arms, we need to attach fingers to our arms. So let's get our arms and let's get our fingers. We will need some stuffing for our fingers. And let's get our tapestry needle. Let's attach our tapestry needle to our first finger. And let's start attaching our first finger. Let's put away our one arm. And our finger will go approximately at around 6 and 8 from the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will go approximately here, like that. We can get pins if we want to locate our fingers. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our finger will go somewhere here. Let's start with toy feeling our finger before closing it off. It won't be a lot toy feeling. One finger is attached. Now opposite of this finger we're gonna attach another finger. As I have quite a bit of long yarn left from first finger, I'm gonna use it for attaching the second finger. Gonna stick this yarn inside. It will be sort of our filling. We attached our second finger, and that's how our arm looks now. Now we're going to finish it off with a few knots and hide the yarn. Knot 1, knot 2. Going to hide the yarn inside and cut it off. and that our first arm is complete. Now we will have to pause the video and repeat the same for the second hand and come back to this video when you're done. We finished our arms and now we're going to attach our arms to the main body. Our arms will be going approximately 1-2 stitches below our head. Let's get a few pins and let's attach our arms. Let's make sure they are centered. And that's how our arms should look. 1-2 stitch below our head. So let's get tapestry needle and start working. So I finished off attaching our first arm. That's how it looks. And now you need to pause the video and attach the second arm and come back to this video when you're done, where we're going to move to attaching our legs, and it will be our final step. I finished off attaching arms, and that's how our George looks now. Let's set aside this body and let's get our legs. So let's get our legs and our boots. First of all, we're going to attach our boots to our legs. Our boot will go inside. Need to stuff it inside. Let's put this black yarn off and let's stuff it slightly inside, like that. We're gonna get a tapestry needle. Let's get tapestry needle for one of our legs. And what we're going to do, we're just going to sew through this black boot and our leg, attaching our boot to inside of our leg. Let's do a few stitches through so our boot stays secure inside of our leg. So it is pretty secure now. Pause the video and repeat the same for the second leg, and then come back to this video where we're going to move to attaching our legs to our actual body. So we finished attaching our boots to our legs. They are pretty secure. Now we're going to attach our legs to bottom of our body. Let's get a few pins and I will show you where they are going. So our legs will be going to the bottom of our body, approximately 6 stitches apart. So 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here, approximately 6 stitches apart, and we're gonna sew them like that, centered. So let's get our tapestry needle and start sewing our legs. As we still have long yarn left from the attaching our boots to our legs, I'm gonna use this yarn, just gonna push it through to the top, and now I'm gonna use this yarn for attaching my legs. This little end can go inside, we don't need it. And let's start attaching our legs. So one leg is attached. Let's do a few final stitches. Hide the yarn inside of the body. And one leg is done. Now pause the video and repeat the same for the second leg and come back to this video when we will be almost done. There will be one last thing what we will have to do is smile for our George, otherwise he will look grumpy. So pause the video, attach the second leg and come back to this video. We attached our legs and that's how our George looks now. The last thing what we're going to do now is to make smile for our George. I marked it with pins. I'm gonna get red yarn with tapestry needle. You can get whatever color you want. And I'm gonna start embroidery between those pins. I'm gonna leave this end now. And I'm gonna do a knot so it doesn't become loose. Gonna use my crochet hook to hide this knot inside of our body. That's it, it's hidden. And just, my hook is running away, and just gonna carry on embroidery. Gonna hide this yarn inside of our body. Gonna try to hide all ends. Let's get our scissors. Cut it off. And that's our smile is done. And our George is finally complete. That's how it looks now. It's ready for our child, whoever you're gonna to make it, to play with. Some people decide to make a tail, but I'm not making a tail. I don't like making tail. And that's it. Our project is complete for now. I hope you enjoyed watching these videos, and I hope your project went well as well. Thank you for watching my video tutorials. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to comment below and subscribe for my blog as well. Thank you for watching again, and see you in my next videos where we're gonna to make another amazing projects.